Decades ago, organic foods were only sold in specialized stores. Today, they are sold in every major supermarket across Europe. While the number of Europeans opting for organic foods are growing, there's one question many critics keep asking. What's the difference between organic foods and conventionally produced ones? Why should you choose one apple over another when both look the same, taste the same, have the same amount of vitamins, fibers, and free from fat, especially when conventionally grown foods are much more cheaper than their organic equivalents?
I think that the agricultural policy must be redirected in order to back environmental-friendly agricultural funds and to have more affordable organic products. It is not normal to back polluting industrial products rather than healthy organic farms. If we manage to do so, organic products will be cheaper.
From the 1990s, a transformation started taking place in European farmlands and their dinner tables. A transformation that has gradually changed the kind of food Europeans eat, especially their fruits and vegetables. From Belgium to the UK, Sweden, Germany, Italy, and many more countries, this change was fueled by EU's support for organic foods. Many consumers still associate organic products with those local values. For this reason, they are willing to pay a premium price for the guarantee that they are buying food which were produced in an environmentally friendly way. But in today's reality, big corporations are competing with these local farmers.
You can always ask by yourself why the price is sometimes the half that you find in an organic shop. So sometimes it's because the supermarkets say, hey, we buy all that they have the production of someone and buy it for that price and sell it for that price. And it's not good for the producer too, because they say, okay, if I buy it all, I buy it for that price. Sometimes they say, okay, maybe it's not the price that I want, but it's better than nothing.
Many say the rise in health problems and awareness that organic foods are produced without applying pesticides is the reason they choose to go organic. For others, they embrace organic food because they know it's less damaging for the soil and the wildlife. Others say they choose it because it contains more nutrients, as well as tastes better than conventionally produced foods. Another group says they choose organic food because they want to support local farmers and agriculture, because they know it's better for the environment, as well as the workers and neighbors.
Some people come here because they have some allergies, so sometimes they need to take products without gluten or sometimes without salt or without sugar. And we have a lot of people just want to take care of himself, so they want just to buy good things without pesticide and good product, because they know that now when you go in supermarket you don't know what you buy. We have some people come because now they are pregnant and want to buy just organic product for the babies, and after they eat also organic for after. And some people just for one or two products come in the shop because they just want to eat vegetable or fruits organic, and the rest they don't have all the money for buy it, and so they take what they think that is the more important to eat in organic.
I'm a bit speculative of the label organic food because my father is a scientist, so he's always very critical of some of the things that they come up with. But I guess I'm a bit naive. I don't know an extensive amount about it, so I do trust it.
It really is more about the shop. The shop has to have a reputation for serving organic food, and if it doesn't, then that's about you're gonna have to go with that.
I'm from the Netherlands, so we have the Max Havelaar label, and we have certain labels, but just like I said, my mother buys the stuff we eat, so I'm not very looking at it. But I know there are, and I know my mother looks at it.
In France, where I live, supermarkets tend to offer more organic food than it used to be, even 3 or 4 years ago. So now you have big places of the supermarket to buy such foods.
I think it is a bit trendy, but I also think it's it is pointing out that there are a lot of insecticides and also what are the other things that other products that are used to speed up the growth of animals that are not very good. So I think probably it's a bit of both. It's a bit trendy, but there's a reason behind it.
Even though many say they choose organic food because it's healthier than conventionally produced food, there is no scientific evidence to back up that claim. In contrast, recent findings from Stanford University say there is little or no difference between organic and conventional food. And earlier research that was conducted by scientists from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine in 2009 came with similar results. According to them, organic food is no healthier than ordinary food. This is the argument most opponents are using against the campaign for organic food production.
Well, there is a role for politicians, yes. They're there to help and support the industry. I don't think they're there to advise the public that one form of agriculture, be it organic and one non-organic, is actually better or worse for you. That's a matter of scientific analysis, and I've no problem with people who want to eat organic food, but the evidence and proof is not there in overwhelming numbers. But nevertheless, if people want to eat organic food, that's a matter for their choice, and so they should. But it is not for government, therefore, to direct aid positively or negatively in that direction. But it is, on the other hand, the job of government to encourage farmers to add value to their products. Now, going organic farming may be one way of doing it, opening a farm shop may be another way. There are lots of ways that farmers can add value to their products, and that's right and proper and healthy. But it's not for government to say to the public, this form of farming is better than that form of farming, meat is better for you or vegetables are better for you. It's a matter of balance.
Another strong debate against organic food is about its cost, since organic foods often cost much more than their conventional equivalents. Many opponents often ask questions such as, are organic foods really better for me?
Most of them don't know what's the label. They buy the product without the check. But if you have, now I know that there are the Belgium one, it's not so strong you have a lot of points that you need to expect for have the Belgium one, the Holland one, the European one, and but the strongest one is the French one. It's Nature and Progrès, and Demeter in Germany. It's the strongest one because you have not just the product is organic, but the packaging and the fabrication too. And the place when they do the product, you must pay well the people work for you. You must use just the energy what you need for do the product, and also for the transport. So they do all for that the product from the start to the end be really organic and just and economic. So I think it's really important to know the label before to start to buy, because sometimes you think that you buy the good one because it's cheaper, but sometimes you must pay a little bit more for have the good product with the nice and the good qualities.
While many fans of organic food stand by their claim that they buy organic food because of its health benefits, their opponents are not convinced with such arguments. Many critics believe that the reason of the consuming organic food is more a thing of hype and lifestyle choice rather than health. They say this group of consumers buy organic food because they feel it's trendy, fashionable, and make them different from the other people who still eat conventional food.
I think that the people have money, sometimes want to do something different, so they don't buy product. They don't go in supermarket because everybody go in supermarket. So one of the good idea for that people is to go in the organic shop because there's not a lot of people, and so it's yes. So I think it's for some people. I have some of that people because it's trendy to come here because it's they think that they are different because they buy that, and most of the people don't know the product.
Today, many consumers buy organic foods without knowing what they are purchasing. They believe buying a product because it says organic means it's 100% organic. For example, while there is a European logo to signify which food is organic or not, there are different qualities of organic food among different European member states. In addition, all member states have independent certification bodies with a list of criteria that meet what they see as organic. Apart from that, the growing trend in organic food has given birth to a large market where a large percentage of organic food sold in Europe are being imported from countries as far as China, Brazil, and many others.
When times were not as difficult as they are now, people were more discerning about what they bought. And so therefore niche markets like organic was appealing, and people bought it, and growth in organic production was huge. The demand was always ahead of the ability to supply it. So that has the consequence that prices go up. But now it's different. Now we're living in a recession, so families are looking to make savings in their budget. But on top of that, that growth in production has now caught up with demand. In fact, demand has gone the downward trend and supply is on the upward trend. And so a lot of farmers are finding it's very difficult to justify organic production today.
For the agriculture, for the farmers, it is important that bio-farms lead to have a better balance in the soil. So, since the soil is not polluted, it leads to save up money by using less pesticides and chemicals. It also provides an interesting economical prospect because the bio market is growing.
Actually, to make matters worse is because we have a supply and demand situation whereby supply is beginning to overtake demand. Supermarkets are in fact now offering organic as a standard product, not as an added value, point of differentiation, premium price product. They've actually driven a hard bargain, and the prices being received for organic very often not very different from conventional.
If there is so much differences and confusions on which food is organic or not, what then is really classified as organic food? According to European standards, organic foods are fruits, vegetables, meats, milk, and all kinds of food that are produced and made using only natural materials. They are foods that contain no pesticides. One requirement for foods to be labeled as organic is that farmers need to use farmland that has been free from prohibited artificial chemicals for a minimum time frame of about 3 years or more.
You need to know that normally for the cosmetic, for the European Commission and for the European label, I think it's around 7 or 8% of the quantity of the organic product for be organic. So you need just 7 or 8% of the product. And me, the product that I choose for my shop, I try to all the time to take around 90 or 100% with the packaging organic. So sometimes you say, hey, yeah, it's really cheaper in the supermarket, but you think that you buy organic, but you buy loud and 10% of the product is not organic.
It takes a long time because if your farm has been conventionally managed, it is what I might say topped up with artificial fertilizers and sprays, and it will take a number of years for those to wash away or be reduced, and so therefore there's a conversion period. So from day one you can't say suddenly I'm organic because I don't use fertilizers or sprays anymore. You can go into a conversion period, but you will not receive the full bonus of the premium price from day one. Now that's important because quite quickly the productivity of the farm will go down. So you go into this with your eyes open. It will be more expensive to produce the food. You will be pitching for a premium market, If it's there, good luck to you, because it is a niche market which you can exploit. But if it's not there, you can find you face the same difficulties as anybody else.
For me, the label is the first step when you start to buy, and you can ask always sometimes in the shop. Everybody normally, when you walk in a shop, know what's the label, and but we are not so close about some product. Sometimes we take other label because we know that who is the producer. So sometimes the producer take a label with the minus point for have the label, but it's also cheaper. So it's a step for buy the product for the farmers or for the small producers. It's cheaper for starting. So it's not because it's a small label that the product is not good. You really need to search in the beginning what is your point of it.
Studies estimate that the market for organic products is growing by 10 and 15% a year. Whether this trend will continue to grow and make organic food become a normal commodity on all European kitchens, whether it will remain something just cool, hype, or a lifestyle for a certain group of customers is also too early to be concluded. As a result, whatever opinion both sides of the campaign holds, the final decision to go to organic or not lies with consumers. They are the ones who decide whether the additional financial cost of purchasing organic food are worth the health benefits that have not been clearly verified. So, whether it is for health or trends, or both, it is their right to make their choice.